Set a fire down in my bones. Oh, shoot. Good morning. My bee bag, girl. It's hot. Hey, Watermelon. How are you, girlfriend? How you be? What are you up to this morning? Getting them kiddos ready? Starting your day? Mm-mm. Ooh. I got out the house, great start my day, but then I decided I was hungry. I don't know if I ordered something I really wanted now. Kind of looking strange. Where's the chicken? Oh, no, you're not just here. You're more than just here. You are a walking miracle. What do you mean just here? I know I feel like that sometimes. But there's a lot from the pit of hell. You're not just here. We're just getting around to figuring out the why we just here. You know what I mean? I get those days too. Good morning, loving me, Tracy. Bust it down, bust it brown. Bust it, bust it. Watermelon, you got power. What do you mean just here? You made a man change his whole name. You know what that's going to do for the trajectory of his life? You got power, honey. I don't know what you thought. Shoot. Ooh, morning, Busset. I'm so early. I can't. I can't. Where atmosphere at? Y'all woke up this morning feeling like 950,000 bucks. Hey, I'll take it. That's better than boo boo. Now I feel good. I feel ready, man. I'm grateful. I feel like today is another day to do something amazing. Forget get it right. If you messed up on something yesterday, it really don't matter. Expired sauce. Do you make sauces? Because if you make sauces, we can name one of them that. Y'all know I'll be trying to market everything, right? Man, this quesadilla from the tropical smoothie is the bomb. Oh my God. I hope y'all hear me smacking. Mm-mm-mm. They did that. No. What are you talking about? No, I was just saying today is another day to do something amazing. Even if we messed up on something yesterday, we're not doing it again. We just gonna do something amazing today. And I was thinking yesterday because somebody said something to me, which allowed me to know that they see me or saw me in a sense. I'll use see in this case. They see me. And I knew by what they said. Not because I saw them or I knew they saw me. They saw me. They see me. So I started to think about insight. And not like insight or like, like to incite a riot. But like what's in our sight? What's in my sight? What's in your sight? What's in their sight? I think we tend not to think about what's in other people's sight. Morning, Selena's. What's in other people's sight? Because usually it's something weird, probably. I don't know. But the reason why I started to think about it in those two ways, like what's in my sight, what's in their sight. What do I see? Not versus what do they see, and what do they see? When I say that, I think about everything that I want to accomplish. My goals before me, what I'm setting out to do, what I'm trying to relate to the world, whatever it is that's in my path, on purpose, for my purpose, what do I see? I seek success. I see me being established. I see me helping others. I see me being an encouragement. I see everything I want to be well in life. I can see it. And I think that has a lot to do with me being intentional. We've been talking about that a lot. Being intentional in all ways, in all things. Intentional what we do, what we say, especially what we say. And also being cautious of those things we say. But I think that another way to look at what's in your sight is the things that we might think aren't obtainable. I can see it, but I don't know if I can grab it. I can see it, but I can't tell if I'm supposed to touch it or if I can touch it. For myself, I'm like, I want to hone in on what's in my sight. In our sight, we also have blind sides. There's things that are going to come up that we didn't quite see. How do I maneuver around those things? Because usually if something is in your blind side, you see it too late. Or right before something crazy happens. It's almost like getting in tune with yourself so that you have peripheral vision spiritually, which in turn would probably equal out to discernment. A lot of times, I think the way we see things can be misconstrued. I think the way we see things are different to other people. They might see it a way that it's like, I don't know about that. Why would you do that? I wouldn't do that. That's because it's not in their sight, it's in yours. And far as what other people see, what's in sight as far as what other people see, I was thinking about it not in the negative sense, but in the sense of you never know who's watching. Everybody that's watching us isn't the adversary. Some people watch us from afar and may never say nothing, but actually admire what you do, what you stand for. I think some people are able to even see a glimpse of your vision based on how you move, what they see. And when I think of it that way, I think of the opportunities that could come, the doors. Wouldn't focus so much on those that would never get it. I would think about those watching me that can help me get it. There are people watching you that may bless you one day. But it's up to us what we present, what is in their sight. The way I walk through is what they see. I don't know why I got that song in my head. I ain't gonna sing it though, because I forgot how it go. But we can't lose sight. If we lose insight to the things that we have before us, or that we're trying to navigate through, the whole vision is shook. And a lot of this stuff is always easier said than done. But I don't think that, that's something we know. That's automatic. A lot of things are just easier said than done. But how often do we not even try because we feel like it's not, it's easier said than done. Like, it's not enough. What the heck was that? Oh, my alarm. Man, that scared the piss out of me. It's not enough just to say it anymore. It's about doing things. You know what I mean? If it's in your sight, then you need to be getting to the movement to figure out how you can grab it. If you have a goal to be at a certain place at a certain time, then you need to figure out your route, the steps you need to take, what you need to do, what you need for that journey. I think that what should also be in our sight is who we even trying to see. Have see us. Who are we trying to be in the sight of? Like for me, there's a target market far as the woman I want to serve, far as styling hair. I know that the one thing about my target market would be working class. It would be professional. It would be the woman that gets her hair done because she's career driven, because she's a mover and a shaker. So there's never a moment where she's like, oh man, I'm just having a bad hair day. No, I want that woman that says, listen, I might come twice a week now because I need to keep my hair done. That's the one I want. Because to me, she's the one that's ready to spend her guap. No. But for real. So how do I get in her sight? It's all in my presentation. It's all in my actions. It's all in my words, my professionalism, my advertisement, my word of mouth. That's what's going to put me in the eyes of those that I need to make my shit do what it do, which is float. I literally woke up this morning like, man, you really into this intentional thing, huh, Sheer? Because I sat there and I thought about my day. What do I need to do? I always need to get out and make some money. But I'm realizing that me last week, I ain't gonna say last week, me, let's say 6 months ago, because that's before I decided to move. Me 6 months ago and me today, I can see the intentionality of my moves. You know what I'm saying? And like I said yesterday, I don't think that I had the drive to be so intentional back there because it was done. You know what I mean? I had reached that place of completion in Charleston. We talked about that Sunday where I said, I know I serve my purpose here. Now it's time to move on. That's another thing. I think sometimes we stay in a space too long and we should have moved along and we be holding ourselves up. But here nor there. I get up, like I said, sometimes I go to sleep starting my plans. But when I wake up, that's when the intentional things start. Okay, I said this. I said I'm going to get out the house by 10 o'clock every day. I was out the house before 10 o'clock. I actually got out at 9:45. And before I started my day, I felt like, well, go ahead and do your live because you was talking about insight. And I looked up some synonyms. I looked up some synonyms. Before I read them synonyms, let me see what y'all talking about. Synonyms. That is funny. There's newness in you, watermelon. Everyone in the chat and Meek herself. Make it your goal and keep it in your sight. Yes, brother Gary Taylor. See, that's what busting down means. Gary be busting it down. Gary trying to bust me down and I'm trying to get. Y'all are funny. Y'all give me life. You don't understand. It's like I don't have no friends yet here except for my friend that I'm staying with. Y'all my friends. There's healthy protein in the rind. Oh God. What the hell? Sometimes we don't try because we're okay. Let's get to the real ones. That other stuff was none of my business, but it was life-giving. Okay. Sometimes we don't try because we're afraid of failing. If you try and fail, you win because you tried. I'm trying to say synonyms. Okay. Y'all know I believe there's nothing behind a failure but a try. So if you don't try, you wouldn't have failed and then learn how to do it better, or that maybe this ain't for me. So there's a lesson in that failure. However, look at it like this too. Some people are afraid of failing, and then some people are afraid of success. I really never looked at that as a thing, but it is a thing because it's like when you look at, especially if you have planned something out, your vision clear. And you like, man, this will work. And you got that, you know it's going to work. But then there's something that stops you. And the only thing you can say is, what if everybody picks up on it? What if everybody starts to, get on board? And what if I start making, people really be scared of success. I think we confuse it with failing. I ain't saying we ain't afraid of failing, but I'm saying sometimes I think people confuse the fear of failing with the fear of success because it doesn't make sense. Who's scared of being successful? Someone who might have failed a lot of times, someone who's been disappointed before, someone who has maybe never walked into a level of success beyond their imagination, someone that ain't moving in purpose, not purposelessness. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Father God, we just ask that you cover these two churn in the chat with a spicy conversation about watermelons, because we gonna talk about sight. And yeah, but I'm learning that when I wake up with intention, my day starts better. You know what I mean? The first thing I think about isn't the fact that it's 49 degrees out here. I'm still on, I got to get out by 10 o'clock. I need to set my day. What I'm going to do? First, I'm going to do this. I need to make this much money by this time. Then I'm going to take a break and I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to start back up and I need to make this much money by this time. That's my thing. Because I got things in my sight that I need to obtain within the next 60 to 90 days. No, 30 to 90 days. But it's steps to it, and it's a process. So one thing I can't do is grow weary. I just got to keep moving, I can't lose sight of what's in my sight. I have to stay focused on those things. So I can't be distracted by outside shenanigans. I can't be distracted by outside chatter. I can't be distracted by somebody that don't understand what I'm doing, because it's not supposed to be understood by them. It's not supposed to make sense. Why? Because when it happened, they're going to be looking like, oh my God, how did you do it? And I'm going to be like, it was God, plain as day. It was God. I'm going to direct them not to see what I did, see what he did. If I never took total serious, I ain't gonna say I didn't take it seriousness, but you know how sometimes you know things or you hear things and you don't really think about it like totally in its fullness. When they say in everything we do it to give glory to God. Like, I don't know, that just done clicked in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what I do, I'm not worried about who think what. All I'm worried about is getting to that goal, completing it, so I can give him the glory and people can see not what I did, but the fact that he did it, and he'll do it for anybody else. Sometimes we do need that little boost in faith to believe in what we're doing. And sometimes it might come by somebody that's in your sight. That's why it is important to think about what others see. Maybe not how they feel all the time. We don't care about that all the time. But I do think it's important. Sometimes what they see is the only impression they'll ever get of you. I always think about how people be like, don't go out in your bonnets and pajamas and stuff. And you have a lot of people that will be like, man, I don't care. I got a good job. I do this, I do that. I think about, okay, one day I had this thought because I seen a young lady in the store. Now, I'm not talking about your little cute lounge set. Hey, realist. I'm talking about flat out pajamas and look like you just climbed out of bed at 1 p.m. with your bonnet on your head. You're in the grocery store shopping. You're looking all crazy. What I usually see is everybody looking at you sideways, not just other people, but yeah. I think, what if that lady had an interview the next day for a really good paying job? And in that store was the person that was going to be interviewing her and in charge of hiring her. And then when she came, they recognized her. No, it shouldn't matter. She should be able to walk in there dressed to a T and look like, I'm ready for the job. But what if that person saw your presentation that day and based your getting the job or not off of the perception they had of you when they first saw you, the first sight of you? You never knew that was their first sight of you because you didn't know that was the person. You probably didn't even see them. You just out looking like bed. It's important. I understand being comfortable. I understand I'm a hairstylist, so I definitely understand the bonnet. But I think that we are our own advertisement. We're our own walking billboard. We are our own resume. Before we even start to speak, we are our resume in sight. Like I said, those are just my thoughts. I know my mother used to get mad if I ain't comb my hair before I went out the door. I went through this phase. I have on my jogging suit inside out, hair sticking up on my head. Where the heck I got that from, I don't know. It was like high school time. I'm like, where the hell you think you're going looking like that? You better get in here and brush your hair. But I'm glad I got out of that phase. But it's the little things that we think don't really matter. You never know who's watching and where you might come in contact with that person again. And they may be connected to something that's bigger than you even, bigger in your life than you thought when you were just walking around like the poster child for the hair store. Like I said, some people might not care like that, but it's just a thought, a different way of thinking. Sometimes we have to change our perspective of things. Surely we should be able to walk around the streets as comfortable as we like. However, we live in a world of opportunities. And I ain't saying you got to be all dressed to the T and all that. I'm just saying be mindful of whose site you can be in at any given time. Shoot, the way you dress might make somebody walk up to you and give you a job offer. Because you look so sharp, as they would say to old people. You're looking mighty sharp or dapper. So I was getting ready to read the some of the synonyms, some of the synonyms before I decided I should never went back and read the messages first. But here we are. Insight, INSIGHT, literally. Big as life. Can y'all believe that? That was the first one. I got happy. And what Gary just put in there before I even read it. Bold. What I say? I'm going to do it big. I'm going to be bold in everything I do. I'm unstoppable. It means clear. That has to do with our vision. A lot of times people be like, look, example, Watermelon. We'll see her in here often saying, every time I come on here, y'all have me in tears. And I always say, tears have no biological function except to clear your vision. It has to do with your vision, the clearness. Yeah, you might feel sad, but them tears is clearing your vision so you can see beyond that. That's why you're not just here. Those tears ain't ever for nothing. Just trying to clear your vision. What you scared of? You can see it, and it scares you. You're not just here, ma'am. None of us are, but especially you right now. You ain't just here. It means open. When I think of open, it's like I'm open to new things. I'm open to trying it a different way. I'm open to constructive criticism. I'm open to help. I'm open to how others might see. I'm open to hearing other ways to add to what I'm doing if someone is bringing that to me from a genuine place. I'm open to talk to people that I don't know. I'm willing and open to talk to people that don't look like me, don't sound like me, if it's going to benefit my sight, my vision. It also means marked. When I think of marked, that makes me think about when I told y'all when I go in the rooms, I want people to be like, who is that? Do you know her? And how the man at the class yesterday was like, well, Monday, it's like, do I know you? Have we met? I feel like that's what marked mean. That man saw me as somebody he knew or done passed, been in passing with. He ain't seen me. I mean, hell, maybe I did just look like another knuckle girl. But hey, I'm gonna take it for what I said. I'm marked. I'm marked. I'm marked for this success. I'm marked for my vision. I'm marked to be seen. I'm marked to be successful. Discernible. We was just talking about that. What we see, we should be able to discern it. Know if it's good. Got to pay attention to the fruits. Just like people going to pay attention to your fruits. I don't know many of us that have all 9. But we sure heck can try. Distinguishable. Remember when I told y'all, I don't care if y'all all do the same thing. If there's 10 chicken shacks on the block, what makes your chicken different? It doesn't mean you can't be successful. It doesn't mean you can't open up on that block because you're the 11th one. It means what is going to be distinguishable about you. What if it wasn't how your chicken tastes, but how your business flowed? What if it was the way you treated people when they walked in the door, not necessarily because your chicken tastes better than Fred's on the other block? There has to be something distinguishable about you in sight. Manifest. If you see it, you can achieve it. Period. Revealed. That's what happens when you're in somebody else's sight. It's revealed to them. They see it. Hey, double double. And the last one was kind of my favorite one. Unmistakable. Make no mistakes. I am here in Virginia to serve you. The bomb. Short hair cuts and more. I got clothes. Make no mistakes about it. I'm clear on my site right now. I know what I got to do. Be unmistakable. Don't be questionable. Make it when they see you. Ain't no mistakes about it. I'm here to take over. My name is Gary Bust It Down Brown. And yes, I said bust it down. I'm here to bust it down. I'm going to bust down all these walls out here that's trying to stop me. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Y'all know that be my song. Make no mistakes. Atmosphere can cook, but he ain't showed us yet. But he is. When he start that channel, I'm going to tell all y'all to sub up, just like we did Gary. Double double. I'm going to call him the shifter. Double Speaks have a whole room engaged in the hot topic the other day. And all of a sudden the room shifts and they don't even know it. They just be there. Still agreeing. Still in agreement with everything he's saying. Why? Because he can shift. And that's how, hey, that's how you get that thing on you, man. When I say that thing, I don't mean nothing bad. That gift that God gives you that comes on when people are listening, when they're engaged. He the most positive reaction channel that still reacts to the shenanigans that I ever seen in my life. Because every time I watch him, it always takes a shift and it serves a purpose that will help somebody. It's kind of like, okay, after we get this mess right here, we're going to get this work right here. And y'all going to leave here feeling better and ain't even going to know how or why. Because they don't realize the room done shifted. They have no idea the room shifted. But it do. Mostly every time I done seen it. But see, that might just be what it is in my sight. When I look at him, when I see him. That's why a lot of times I come in, I say, hey, I'm dropping through the show of light. It's like what people see when they see us should mean the world to you. Inside and out. Inside is definitely most important. What's inside of you comes out. What comes out needs to be in your sight. If you can look back at yourself and you're not happy about what's coming out, then we got to check our inside. And I don't think there's anything wrong with rechecking your heart. You know what I mean? don't think anything's wrong with checking our heart, because it's easy to fall out of proper order in the heart. It's easy to allow something in that toils with our heart, that'll cause us to act in a way that we wouldn't act ordinarily. That would cause us to react versus respond. Because there's a difference. Me personally, I tend to think that a response is thought about and a reaction isn't. I think that's how a lot of people get busted in the face, because it's a reaction. Whatever is around you, you can make it crumble like the walls of Jericho by being obedient to what God gives you to do. Exactly. That's why I'm so big on being intentional right now. Even if it's something. Okay, let me tell y'all what happened yesterday. Y'all know I went to my house, right? That's how we talking. That's how we talking. I went to my house. It wouldn't be available until January. Only thing now is that I got to get the, the little fees and stuff for the application, and make sure, because there's one more I want to look at before that. But I'm only going to look at this second one, and I don't know. I'm only going to look at this second one because it was on the list too. But okay, I went in there. I was talking to the people. I actually went on a tour. Went to see the apartment layout that I was, going to apply for. Everything amazing. You hear me? Everything. All the amenities, A1. They even have a suite. The suite they showed me is the actual layout that I'm looking at. And they have where, like, say, for instance, I'm living there, right? And y'all come to visit me. They rent that suite out for $150 a night for, like, family, if you want them to come, so they can have a whole apartment or whatever. Sort of like an Airbnb type thing. I think that was super dope. But, I went through all the process, asked all the questions I needed to ask. I loved the apartment. I felt home, I walked around. I could see myself barbecuing on the grills. I could see myself sitting by the pool. I could see myself working out in the exercise facility. I could see myself sitting in a theater room watching a movie or two. I could see myself in a business center holding a little meeting, a business meeting. And then I left. And I sat in the car and I put in the GPS the other place that I'm looking at. Because I know it's close. It ain't far. But every time I put that name of that apartment in the GPS, it was trying to take me to some other apartments. Now, mind you, I had already been towards these apartments. I know they don't have any availability, but I had been to these apartments before. But I still can't figure out for the life of me, why this address goes here. I still went because I'm like, well, maybe it's something I'm supposed to see. When I got over there, the feelings was off. So I was like, maybe that's just a sign to let me know that's it right there. Now I got the address right now in my phone for the other place. And it's taking me literally to the place that I was trying to go. Maybe it was something that prevented me from getting into something that I might have gotten to ahead of me that I didn't know was ahead of me. I don't know, but that's what happened after I left there. But we have to be intentional and pay attention to even little things like that. Because I don't think that was a real mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I go where I'm trying to go? I feel like I just wasn't supposed to go there. It may be it may be at that time. It was a nice rainy day yesterday. Maybe it prevented me from getting into something that, like I said, a danger ahead of me. That's why I'm saying it's so important to be intentional, because I could have kept trying and went and then been all messed up. It's like a seed. It blossoms out of a shell and it grows into a plant, fruit, etc. Always starts inside and comes out of here. Exactly, because the seed goes into the ground. It has to go through that period where it first busts open. It don't just go in the ground and then that plant comes out. It goes down. You got to start nurturing it, and then it cracks open. Then the plant starts to grow. So think about what has to happen on the inside of you, just like that seed. We got to break down some things so that we open up and allow the best of our fruits to come out. Because if we got bad seeds, you're going to get bad fruit. None of us are perfect, ain't going to ever be. But I think that we can try to be the best that we possibly can. A lot of people look at righteousness as, oh, you self-righteous. You think you're this and you think you're that. I look at it as, I'm righteous because God's righteous. And he made me that way because he loved me. And he knew I was never going to be perfect. As long as I'm in him, I'm righteous. However, I still have a duty to act accordingly. I can't just be all hellion and talking about I'm a righteousness of God. Can't be out here sticking people for their paper and then calling yourself righteous. Why I say that, sticking people for the paper? God. Ooh, let me find out somebody on here stick up kid. That's how I like to look at it. I'm nothing, but I am everything. You know, some people don't say you're nothing. I am nothing. God made me who I am. I am everything to him. If it wasn't for him, I would truly be nothing. Like, who would I be? I probably wouldn't even be here. Pretty much. That's why I strive to be the best me I can be, mistakes and all. Sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes once, sometimes twice, sometimes over and over again. I have to try to be good somewhere. I always be like, man, like okay, back in the day, my baby daddy, you know, he's a hustler or whatever. Dude was a good, you know, he was a good dude. He wasn't like no crazy rah-rah type dude. He was real mild-mannered, chill. But at the same time, you were doing stuff that wasn't right. And I used to always be like, you got to do something good to counter block that bad. I don't know if that works, but I just really feel like if you balance out and try to do more good than your bad, then you might get a little more grace. Like I said, that's my way of that's the way I see things. And that's being honest of, I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm not always going to get it right. I know I don't know everything. I can only do my best. And the only thing I can do is start with what's in my sight. That's what I need to be the best for. My family is in my sight. My friends are in my sight. My business are in my sight. Fellow man, if I see somebody fall down on the ground next to me, I'm not going to keep walking. He's in my sight. I'm going to help him out. How many people lose sight when people are out here getting beat down and they turn on their cameras on them? How many people cuss out the man on the corner that asks for a couple of dollars to eat because they know in their head he's going to go buy drugs, or he can walk, he can get a job? Some of the people that's in them streets be like former CEOs, or they lost their family and lost their way, their mind. I thought it said if we could help, we should. It's not up to me to say, well, I think he's gonna buy drugs, so I'm not giving him nothing. Shoot, it's hard for me too. Get a job. I gotta work. You ain't think how awful we be to people sometimes? Because we have our own thought process of how or why they are the way they are. What happens if it was a hidden camera somewhere? We see that on social media all the time, where they do the exercises to see who would help somebody, and so many people just walk past those folks, and then when somebody finally stops, somebody walk up, beat and gave them $10,000. That's what I mean. You gotta. Whose side are you in? I personally believe things like that happen. I'm waiting on the day. If it never happened, that's cool, but I ain't gonna not believe it. Shoot. So I do think a little different when I see somebody that is on the street and might need a little help. If I can, I try to do what I can. Because what they do after that has nothing to do with me. It's what I did from my heart that's gonna help me. It's gonna benefit me. I seen somebody yesterday post a post. It was Juanita Bynum. She was doing a service and she was up there telling people they need to give $1,000 or something crazy. I don't know. It was just crazy. And the guy posted, "This is why I don't go to church." I know everybody got their own feelings about church, and not we all agree that you don't have to go to church. We already talked about that. But for that to be your sole reason for not going to church, because that then has to question, why did you go in the first place? I said, I'm commenting on his post. I said, is that the reason? I said, are you saying this because everywhere you went this happened? Or are you saying this because you see it constantly on social media? I said, because I've never been to a church where this happened. The way she was doing that, it was crazy. I said, I've never been in an experience like that. But if I had been, I would have left. Because I've been scared. You playing too much. I've been in a church where something happened that wasn't quite what I liked, but I never let it change my heart. But against going and fellowshipping sometime. And I believe that his feeling was based off of seeing it on social media. I'm like, there's still good people out here who really do love God and really do have a message from God. We can't allow the things that we see deter us from getting something we may need. Because even in that sense, like I said, it's a given. We do not have to go to church to get God or what He has for us. But how quickly do we make the decision to turn away from something because one person or two person or three person or maybe 500 people decide to use their gifts for the opposite team? Yeah, some of these pastors serving the devil, but not all of them. You know how big the body of Christ is? You know how big God is? There's no way. Even if it was 1,000 churches doing that, that's nothing. Sometimes in that fellowship, it's those connections we need. Sometimes it's not always about what maybe spoke that day. Not saying go somewhere where they're speaking wrong. I'm just saying, like last week when I went and I said I really want my pastor to pray for me before I left, and I did that. And then I tell the other girl that's a pastor in the church that I'm leaving. Oh, I know somebody from there. Hold on. I said, oh, okay, well, I inbox you. Just look for me in the DM. She's like, no, 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 come here. This woman is like 5 steps away from us. Walks me over. We have a small conversation. And in that small conversation, I learned her father has shops here. So was it solely that needed my pastors to pray for me? Was it the message that was spoke, or was it the connection that will now be made? Definitely, they were supposed to pray for me. However, I had no idea I would be meeting somebody that was from the place I'm moving to who actually had a resource that I need. There goes that word open again. Maybe we change the perspective of when we choose the fellowship and just make sure we're selective of where we fellowship. And it don't have to be church either. It can be just your circle of friends. It can be when you're out and about and you're talking to somebody that's sitting next to you just to be kind. You never know what's connected to that fellowship. Why I went here, I don't know. But we going. What I say, I'm gonna meet 5 people every day. I ain't do it yesterday because I was really never around people. But you know what? I ain't gonna say I didn't do it because, because it was like the interaction with people, and then I have to think about it. I said meet 5 people, even if it's just talking to them. I talked to some people that gave me great joy yesterday, and it was simply because of their kindness. A little kindness goes a long way. I'm a girl out here, a grown woman, girl out here in this whole new world. Yes, with my friend, her husband, her child, her daughter, but with no one. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's my family. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't have nobody here. So while I'm out navigating and learning my way around and making my own way, my own paths, my own friends, it's always welcome when people are genuinely kind. It reminds me to be genuinely kind, to keep being genuinely kind. I can turn that off and be away because somebody treats me away anytime I want to. But what does that yield me? What is the results? What do I reap from it? Nothing. That's why I can't pay attention to the shenanigans. I'm focused, and it's not a lot that get past me right now. I prayed before I came on this live stream because I didn't want to come on here and just talk. I wanted to know what did God want to say when I press play and talk. And the honest goodness truth, I wasn't doing that at first. I still was speaking from my heart, but today I stopped and I said, you know what? God, what is it that you want me to know about insight as it pertains to what I see, what people see, and what you see as far as your vision for us? What would you have me to say to these people? Give me the words. Then I press play and talk. Y'all think he won't do it? You can go to God just like that for anything, about anything. It ain't got to be about a live stream. Something simple as point me in the direction of a job I'm supposed to have. Show me where I'm supposed to live. You know what I have need of. Put the people around me to give me something I need. Maybe yesterday I needed kindness because I got a whole lot of kindness yesterday. A lot. Brought me joy. Lady in the Sam's Club. Thank you for helping me. You're so cute. Come back through my line. Guess what? Well, BJ's. I'm going to go back there to that BJ's and I'm going to be looking for that lady because she's my friend. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all know I could say serious too long. Yeah, she's my friend. But I also think about the fact that this lady is probably 70 years old, probably working because she just wants something to do. She just needs interaction with some people. How much life does it give her to help her position the thing so she can ring it up easier? How much life does it take? I mean, give her for me to tell her, all right, teamwork makes the dream work. We don't know. Sometimes we don't know what purpose we serving in any given moment. That's why we should walk like we serving all the time. People don't like the word serve, but I told y'all before, a synonym for serve is to minister to. You can minister to somebody just by saying hello. Maybe that's what they need. It ain't so deep. It ain't about a platform. It's not about a pulpit. It's not about a microphone. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Simple as that. But we got to be intentional about it. Like I said, maybe we can't get all 9 right. Come on, let's shoot for 6. How hard it is to love. Most of us need to work on our patience, but I know it don't cost us nothing to be kind. Work every day not to lose control. I think every day it'll get easier when you intentionally try. Let stuff roll off your back. The more you let it roll off the back of, off your back, the stronger you get. Because nothing or no one has any power over you unless you give it. Once you give it, you're controlled. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't trying to be controlled by nothing or nobody. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody. Not me. And I've been sitting in this parking lot drinking on this smoothie, eating on this quesadilla. And it's 11 o'clock. But guess what I was? I was obedient in pressing play and talking. I might not put it into the time that I thought. Maybe I didn't think about. I thought I was going to go out here and do some runs first. Well, you'll get better at it when you realize that person can't really hear you. And you just yell into the top of your lungs for nothing, atmosphere. Just don't let it get you to the point you jump out the car on them. And we see you on the news at the red light snatching somebody out their car. Or try to change your perspective of it. Is it rage? Or is it just you colorfully expressing yourself to keep from doing something weird? I can't really speak on it because I don't have road rage. I might have some other things. Thank you, double double. I got some other things I probably need to work through, but I don't know. Probably because my daddy, I was like, I'm such a patient driver. I ain't in a hurry. I ain't in a rush. I be laughing at people when they speed by me, and then I catch back up to them. I think that's how I just keep my peace while I'm driving. Like, y'all going through all that. I can only control the car I'm driving. So I'm gonna get mad at you the way you driving yours. Just don't hit me. Thank you. Boom. That's how you settle it. You can only control the vehicle you are running. You can only control the life you are living. Live it to the fullest. Keep your eye on everything that you're supposed to be doing versus what ain't got nothing to do with you. Pay attention to what's in your sight. Don't lose sight. And start knocking those things down one by one, day by day. If they say Rome wasn't built in a day, we got time, but we ain't got time. I think that's the thing about it. People really think we ain't got a lot of time here. I'm halfway to 100. About to cross over to a little closer. December. Shh. Man, I'm trying to live my best life for the rest of it. Whatever the good Lord bless me with. I don't want to spend no more time on no tomfoolery. I don't want to spend no more time starting over. I don't want to spend no more time not achieving goals. I don't want to spend no more time operating outside of purpose. If you're unsure of purpose, pray about it. What is my purpose? But I really believe your purpose is to love God and treat people kind. Operate in love. Then everything else that he put inside of you works. All those gifts have a place to go. They have a destination to get to. But if we're not moving in love, it doesn't reach the way it should. I love everybody. Some people get on my nerves. I love them. That don't mean I got to fool with them, but I love them. Sometimes not fooling with a person is protecting your vision. And that's okay. But that doesn't mean be rude or kind. I mean unkind. Still have to operate in love. And we also have to give people the same measure of grace that we expect for them to give to us. Because everybody messes up. So having said all that, I've come to the end of my words. As always, I appreciate everyone for coming through for my meek talk, allowing me to share what's on my heart and what I believe God is saying. Not just to me, but to anybody who it resonated with. Hopefully, I said something that touched your heart. Hopefully, I said something that gave you a spark to get it, do what it is you're supposed to be doing. Hopefully, I said something today that changed your heart about something that maybe you were feeling some kind of way about. Only you know. So, if all hearts and minds are clear, any final words, questions? Class? As always, you can definitely hit the cash app. But if not, that's not the most important thing over here. The most important thing is that you hit like, share, and subscribe. Please tell a friend, bring a friend. And hopefully tomorrow or the next time I press play and talk, we either gonna have something real good to talk about or we gonna have some fun and joke like we be joking over here. Because I'm telling you, over here, we be changing names. Okay? I am Meek Shear, your short hair specialist. About to take over the world, baby. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.